Danse avec moi.
Hello and thanks for joining us. Today's guest has conquered RuPaul's Drag Race, become the face of Drag Race France, now reaching more than 16 million viewers, and is taking over some of France's biggest stages. Karl Sanchez, better known as Nicky Doll, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure to have you. Now, we know you best as the flamboyant, fearless Nicky Doll.
I heard of her.
I've heard of her. An alter ego you've been building since the early 2010s. Now, this duality lies at the heart of your new album, which is called Apollo Artemis. Now, this title itself really references the Greek gods of sun and moon, masculine and feminine. This balance really seems to define not just your art, but your entire being. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, I've always thrived in exploring the duality of my persona, which is, obviously drag is what I do and Karl is who I am. And I've always been in complete peace with both of those energies, and I wanted to explore pop music through the same lens, which was like you can have some disco pop that you would listen with a cocktail at a pool party, but you would also have some more sexy dark pop that you would listen very late at night. And so I wanted to be able to put all of that into one album, and so Apollo Artemis, and today I came as Apollo, and Artemis will probably come out tonight.
Okay, well, we're going to listen to Drifting Away from the album. Just quickly introduce it for us.
Drifting Away is an ode to dancing through the rain and through the pain, and it was like one of the few pop EDM tracks from the album.
Okay, let's take a listen.
I'm drifting away, feeling it rushing through my veins. I'm drifting away. You're feeling me fade, can't make out a single word you say. I'm resting the cage.
So you're very busy at the moment. That's from your new album. You're also about to embark on the first ever Drag Race France Zenith tour, entering in spectacular style at Paris's Accor Arena in November. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. The Drag Race France experience have started almost like 4 years ago now. This was something that I hardly saw coming and happened that fast. I moved to the US in order to be able to live through my art, and I was able to do the American franchise. To be able to now host the French franchise and go on tour and do all the Zenith of France is surreal. And we're very excited, very happy, and even happier to end on such a bang with the Accor Arena, which is like, I think 3 times bigger than a Zenith.
Wow, incredible stuff. When you first walked onto the RuPaul's Drag Race stage in 2020, did you ever realize how big drag was going to become in France?
No, I was no, because we didn't even have a French representation on the American franchise yet. I'm the first one to do it, and I didn't think that it would have that much of an impact on the drag culture in France. I'm very, very honored and happy that I get to provide a platform for local art to also be able to become full-time drag queens.
Okay, well, let's take a look at a teaser from the show. Now, the energy, the choreography, the costumes, it's all breathtaking. Why is it that drag gives you the greatest freedom to express yourself?
I think that it gives me the greatest freedom because I start my day as a drag queen knowing that I don't fit into most of the spaces. It's a political act, but it's also an act that frees yourself from all the pressure from society. And so when you get on stage and you get to be this fabulous, you just have a blast. And I think that's why, Cher is looking the way she looks on stage, or Madonna, or David Bowie, or Grace Jones, or Lady Gaga. I'm no different than them. They also put on a drag. And I think we both put on a drag this morning, wanting to dress up and deciding what color we want to wear. I think drag just push it a little bit further when it comes to the gender, but it's the most freeing feeling ever.
Well, fashion is very central, obviously, to Nicky Doll. You've
Yes.
been a muse for Terry Mugler, Jean-Paul Gaultier. You recently walked for Vinsanto at Paris Fashion Week and looked absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
How would you describe your look?
I would say that Nicky Doll is the perfect intersection between French haute couture from the 90s and Japanese pop culture from like anime or video games. I'm like the most beautiful villain you will ever meet that just dresses in beautiful gowns and expensive ones.
When I was researching you, Karl, your childhood sounds absolutely remarkable. You're so lucky. You're born in Marseille. You grew up in Saint Martin in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You spent your teenage years in Tangier and then Paris and New York now. How did growing up in so many different cultures shape who you are today?
Well, I was lucky to grow up with a single mom, and she always wanted to travel. She always loved to be by the beach and with a very warm temperature. So when she got pregnant, she just told herself that it would not stop her anyway to be able to explore the world. And I'm just so thankful for that, because it really taught me that above being French or living in Morocco or the Caribbean, I was a citizen of this planet, and to be able to explore it and understand that the difference is not the enemy is something that I really cherish. And I think I try to incorporate that into my art and the different things that I do to bring people together rather than divide them, like we see a lot of that happening right now.
Well, you are a big part of drag's evolution here in France. We've got a report now about how it's crossing over into unexpected arenas. In Paris, there's a performer called Amine Clouche. He has fused drag with professional wrestling in Drag Attack Wrestling. The show takes place every month at the Bellevilloise in Paris. Selene Claus, Yong Chim and Olivia Salazar-Winspear got a ringside seat.
When glitz and glamour meet hyper-masculine wrestlers, sequins are sure to fly. And in this ring, drag queens aren't afraid to take a beating. A 3-hour soiree of artistic and athletic performances, there's plenty of drama and a dash of betrayal.
I think all the verbal jabs from the drag queens are great. It really gives wrestling an extra something, that drag aspect.
There's actually not much difference between a drag show and a wrestling show in terms of how they highlight gender and stuff.
Professional wrestlers, both men and women, play with the codes of gender and create a new space for expression in the queer community. Evgenia was among the first drag queens to sign up when the event was created in 2024.
When I was younger, I was quite shy and reserved. It was when I saw women doing wrestling, strong women, virile women wrestling and showing another sort of femininity. That's when I said, maybe, when I'm older, I could follow in their footsteps. And it really reassured me when I started thinking about transitioning. It's thanks to wrestling, where two worlds collide, that I felt I could do drag and be a wrestler.
Amine Clouche came up with the concept and organised the first event. The business school graduate has been wrestling since his teenage years, dressed as a female character. He gradually became France's first drag queen wrestler.
A lot of minorities were not represented in that space. Being able to put on a show like this with queer people in the spotlight is a political act, totally. It's allowed the wrestling crowd to discover another scene. And given that the drag queens I bring in are either wrestling fans or seriously interested in the scene, it shows a certain seriousness, a certain credibility.
At the Association of Professional Wrestlers, around 15 drag queens have already joined the training sessions, where participants are encouraged to experiment with all sorts of scenarios.
For me, drag is wrestling without the athletic side. We create a character, and then we realize that sometimes what could be cool is to mix the two worlds. Or in fact, the drag queens could take on more wrestling-like characters, and we could take on more drag-like characters.
And just like high-level sport, drag requires commitment, training, and a good sense of balance.
There we go then. What do you make of drag wrestling?
Absolutely not, but I would definitely go check it out. I think it sounds really fun.
So, Karl Sanchez, you have achieved so much. TV host, recording artist, author. What's next on your dream list?
To be able to take my album on the road and to be able to perform my music on my voice and not lip sync others. That's really what I want to do next.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to it.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to have you. Catch the live All-Stars Royal Tour across France and at Paris's Accor Arena on the 6th of November. The album is called Apollo Artemis and it's out now. Before we go, your cultural pick of the week for us is Zara Larsson's new album, which is called Midnight Sun. Tell us, what drew you to this record?
I've been following her for a while and I'm really happy to see her thrive. And this is really a good reminder that the summer is not done at the end of August.
Yes, I like it. Thank you so much for joining us. You can find us more at France24.com and on social media. We're going to leave you then with Zara Larsson's Midnight Sun. She's playing at the Salle Pael in Paris in November. See you next time.
No nightmares when you can still see the light. Can't find me, I'm not in the city tonight. I like your playlist, boy, turn it up a little louder. Roads empty, so you drive a little faster. Ain't taking nothing tonight, but I'm feeling so high. Show my